Hi, this is Steve with a message about voter registration. That's especially for the 5 million UK citizens living outside the UK. So even if you're in Britain, you probably know someone living abroad and you can forward this message to them. Any British citizen who's lived in the UK within the last 15 years is entitled to vote. The trouble is, you've got to register, and that registration only lasts for 1 year. That means at the last election, only like 20% of overseas voters eligible to vote were actually registered to vote, and then the Tories won by just 750,000 votes. So here's what you do. You go to www.gov.uk/register-to-vote. Little online form, takes a couple of minutes to fill out, you can forward it on. And when you do, take a proxy vote and not a postal vote, because postal votes are generally great, but overseas postal votes can be too slow. A third of overseas postal votes arrive too late to be counted. Instead, with a proxy, you get someone else to vote on your behalf in the UK. And if you haven't got anyone back home in your constituency who can do that for you, just go to vote.labour.org.uk, put in the place you used to live, and you can connect up with your local Labour Party or find a trustworthy Labour member who can cast your vote on your behalf. And this really matters, because wherever you are, even if you started a completely new life, what happens in Britain resonates around the world. And the world that our kids are growing up in is worse than the world we grew up in. We've got government by the millionaires for the billionaires. Inequality is spiralling out of control. Climate change is spiralling out of control. Racism, hate, intolerance, fascism, fake news, lies, smears are all spiralling out of control, and we need to stop it now. We need a government fundamentally committed to the many and not the few to turn things around. And by starting in Britain, we can turn the tide on all the Trumps and Bolsonaros and Boris Johnsons, wherever they may be. So please register to vote, vote Labour, and then pass this message on to anybody you know living outside the UK. Thanks.